Sanara Adonai Sani Mugara Agunara Kunhula Rakula Simple Hulara Huda like Gorona that I Agunara Amen. Amen, Amen. I say to you truly, I tell you, I am Armageddon, you called Andromedan. So, what is really in Andromeda or Andromeda? Trillion years ago, or million, called billion ago, we have none of this YRS, or it's abominations when you see YRS, or YEERS, because don't you notice that the word YEER is there is ears in it, and it means Avisha, Isha, because Y can also be I, which is E. It's like when you say Adona Adone, you use the Y, and then in Spain they say it E, E, and it's like or at, or av, or in heaven it means of at, and there is ER, which is ye. It symbolizes of a spirits, spirits means ye. And when you say also, when you read or when you don't add up the Y, or when there's no Y in it, because spirits is live forever, spirits live together. Amen. They live together. When you say that live together, we don't get separated, because even when we are in world, or in fleshes, or in trees, in the middle of the night we party. In the middle of the night we party. I'm not supposed to speak yet because it hasn't passed 25th yet. 25th is my what you call the that bad day, B-day. It's like saying B-day is like also of BIDETH, B-day. You know what you use in your see, like that, B-day. It's a symbol of a woman that went into Hade. Went into Hade. It's also a symbol of 12. Today is 12/25. It's a symbol of the death of the king of death. No? King of death, which is the king of death was the woman inside of then paying the another archangel, who was then receiving the name of I cannot mention because right now it's 1109-2020, so it's their number. It's the time that I've used, in Andromeda. So Andromeda is it's nothing than Milky Ways. This is where we came. This is where we came. This is where I was buried. This is where I was buried. You call it BURRI, like that. At that time of what you call the cross actions. That's why the Father is very angry, because what you worship is my maid. My maid. And the world, the Satan, the false Mariam, the false, you call it in the rose array, because rose means a rose array, a rose array, X-ray, I, Andromedian women is like this in what you see in your world. We have flesh, we have spirits, we have frequencies. And the only thing we haven't got there is a quicksilver, which is what you call it SOL or SOUL. We don't say it like that, we say it SOL. It's gravity with you in it, because soul is like humans, you walk, you cannot float. There's gravity in the soul. Why you are owed to fast? Because your soul eat. Whatever you eat, your soul gets. It's regaining weight in your flesh underneath your skins. Andromedians is a word of cold-hearted. Cold-hearted. And in this place, this is the place where I have ultraviolet fires. And it was the time before we swallowed the Milky Way, the Milky, the Milky, the first collision of Milkygelex, and because Andromedian is likes to swallow dwarf cities, dwarf cities when it's only little planet, they swallow it, and that's the problem of the world now, humans. Andromedian planet does not like your hurt. I say does not like your hurt. This is where my old spirits is placed. And they don't like it when I'm hurt. They don't like it when I'm hurt. And this is the planet where all our hairs changed into depending of the day, the time, TIM, you call E. We don't use E in there because it is Elohim cities. It is Elohim cities because Andro means a he and a him, like a male and like that, vine and male and vine. Because in this place, this is where we call the true vines. We don't call ourselves divines because when you say divines, it is what you gain on earth. It is what you gain on earth. You become half-half, which you needed to alchemy yourself to all kinds of element to be able to sit in front of non-sacred, like there's non-sacreds. Because when you say sacreds, it's like those unseen, those unseen. Because when you also say sacred, if you puzzle it, there is a word scared. Why you called us scared or sacred? Because when we showed up to you, when angels showed up to you, you will be really, you will tremble in fear. You will tremble. You will be shocked. Worst, you'll probably sweat your pants. They say to wet, or you call it SIHT, SHIT, like this. So Andromedian planet women, there are more human looking there, but our face is angelics, and I am what they call angelic. The others was called angelics because there is S in them as a symbol of Anunnaki, a serpent's heads. You see serpent heads. Our hairs is very colorful. This is the place where to us serpent's head is like a curly hair. A curly hair, there's gold color, I get the wool color, a very, very long hair color of wool, wool, which it's very thick and bushy, and I always wear with dreadlock, and the dreadlock we have in Andromeda is because I am the A in that name, I am the A, the last, so I call it Andromeda. It's also symbol of medications to the stupid humans that been trampling upon our names and been making their own selves their own gods. So the in Andromeda, we this is the only planet that beings with like this, like this what you see around you, you know. And other planets, there were longer, what you call the longer. When you see longer, is their legs is very very long, and there's no equality into their faces, into their brains, to their minds, into their. When you see brains, humans, it is in your center, in your pointing brain on both sides, because when you see brains, it is the back of your head, which is I tell you of the symbols of the organ, or every part of your body, the parts of your body, if I get to it. So in Andromeda women, this is the place where angels are. It's a place that it's not so hot. Not so hot. It's really like if you don't get to overcome the weather there, you really you really have to go down. You really have to go down. It's like in your places, in your countries. Some places there's seasons of weather, and Andromeda is there's only one weather there, and this weather is not so hot and very cold. You understand that? Not so hot and very cold. It's your body temperatures inside you that is very cold, but around you is not so hot. Not so hot, because Andromeda is near the very, very cold in heaven. It's nothing like heaven. Andromeda is very. It was because of the collisions of the galaxies before time. It's mixed up. It's mixed up for the DNA that we've been looking for. The instruments. Instruments. That is why we get here, we get down, because we want it all done on the world where no one can see us. Because in other planet, we are being seen, we are being showed. We are being showed. And Andromeda is a cherubim's place, or cherubim's usual play, what you call it in your world is a toy ground, a toy ground, or we don't say it play because we don't play. We are very serious. We don't get to, like in your world you call it we are serious. That's all I'm going to say, because what we're thinking is the greatness of the earth. But in there, this is where we can act, drink, exactly like in your world. We have also oceans there. We have streams there, but the streams is there is that is the very old earth, the very old land. Like I said to you before time, on earth, the sea wasn't salt. It's not salt until an Egyptian man stole my wishing grinder. That's when it's the seas gets like what it is. But in Andromeda, we can do our fishing, our like the net to throw into other side, fishing to get fish to eat. It's literally like what you in here. But the very different thing is in there, fathers loves children. Fathers love children. And in Andromeda women, we are height of 6, and men are height of 6.5. Six and a half. We're like dolls. We're like dolls in that place, and we wear usually depending on the occasions, but there's always a tassel on our head. This fucking dog. You know, so these dogs in the wilderness where I am every night, they bring their dogs out, and then them shit. They made them shit in front of your doors, and then they could not clean it up. Which is these humans here is really really cursed. You know, reason why I'm here is because this is where my father's offsprings is. Those who were on the cross with me, the daughters of Jerusalem in the beginning, who in your book is written that needed to be to extract, to fully extractations. Nagtarahuna lala ayagonara. My angels just said the dog is not the dog. It's just barking because it's saying that. Because I said to you before in my other record that always passed by 11:30, or what you call starting point at usually now we start at 11 because it's days of what you call the December 25th. We have another meaning to that which I am not allowing to say, and that's why the dog is barking, because it's saying death and H-E-D, H-I-D, or you called hid, because death is, you cannot see his face, humans, you cannot see his face, only you can hear is his mumble and his wig, his wig. And so these two are the fruit bearer of the spirits of gods that was in heaven. So Andromeda and heaven, what's the differences in Andromeda and heaven? Heaven is it's like a footstools of gods. It's like footstools of gods. While Andromeda is the hand, is the brain where God's is. It's like in your head, in your shell, where you stand. The heaven is like a footstool of gods, and by the brains is where Andromeda is. Very, very far. And Tetragrammaton is like if Andromeda is on the left side, or you call the east, and the Tetragrammaton is by your under your brain, under your just the top of your skull. You have a skull on your face before your ears. There is a I don't know what you call it, but we call it skull. The by your face there is by your brain, by your brain, where you get headache, and then where you feel it when you have headache. That is where I'm stuttering because head is around. Head is around. I can feel his radiant. I can feel his radiant, because behind that he is radiant. Yaman. So this is how I feel when we are fighting our lights. Our lights. They're wondering who's speaking, because I didn't have my cover on my head today, and then they cannot see my halo because I turned it into a necklace or bracelet a few days ago. So because that is the reason why I cannot go out, because of my tassels that I can turn into bracelet, and like a light on my chest, just like a light on my chest. That's all I'm going to say, like a light on my chest, and then it's right by my ribs, marrow bone. You call it the marrow bone. That two ribs on your neck, that there is in the middle there is nothing in it, and it's there. It's like that. They're like a V in it, and then that's where the light is. That's what I do to my halos or my crowns, and that's why he is trying to get through of who's speaking. So this is what you know when you are truly a spirit within you that speak about word of God or about my Father. You cannot and will never talk about it because the angels that you cannot see is will be angered when you talk about gods that you have not seen. You know, because the only one in you that can talk about gods is Almighty. What you called, me. I am Almighty. You know, and they knew that. And this is why you should not and shall not talk about my Father because you are no Almighty. You know? And when you are totally a spirit within yourself with frequency and all that, elements, fifth kinds, you can speak out about heavens or any unseen worlds that you go to they knew that I've been into all that, because I am like what my father, he sent me here and there and everywhere to school. He sent me here and there and everywhere to school to find and to find, I'll say to find Talara. So, Andromedan world is a very, very, it's always fighting there, it's always fighting every day, We always exercise the armies. It's like in the ancient kingdoms in your world. Every day you have to, you have to exercise or the army, to every day to what you call that, to lead your army into fighting, like teaching one another how to do this, how to do that, like this. This is what we do because these are new armies in Andromeda today, new armies which is the cherubim children, I say childs, you call childs, So our Andromeda is sick of the world's noises, humans, It is sick of the world's noises. Why you are facing a lot of difficulties and disasters because of what you're doing. In this end, it's full of base, which is to the beings, it is density. It is dancing. It's like car. It's a dent to their teeth. It's a dent to their teeth. Your sounds, your noise, your lies, the wickedness of the worlds. The wickedness of the worlds. That is why the world is facing so much. Not just global warming is what you call it, And there's a lots going on in every planet, which is one planet in Jupiter. I went yesterday in Jupiter. And I pick up a spirit there that were these spirits in Jupiter. They are those who have like because of love, they ought to leave their abode and work harder in the realms to gain what they want for the end, And Jupiter is slowly getting soft, Humans, there's also beings in other planets. Not just in your planet, there's being in it. You are not the only planet that there's being living. You are not living because to the devils, or what you call the true living, the true lived, to them you are dead. Even if you see yourself, you are walking, you are moving to other planets, there's none on here. There is none on here except of a blue light. That's all they see, a blue light. Just like how you think in other planet that you think other planet does not have anything like this. They have humans. They have. Just think about yourselves of why you are here on this planet. Why you call other planet that planet? Because there is living in it, and each planet has extracted. Only on Earth that does not have extract. Just think logically, women. If your planet Earth has you in it, so my other planets too has its them in it.